Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You've got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the new channel. We're here to help you see the new you. My name is Michelle Mras, and welcome to Mental Shift. Well, good evening to the United States and to the Philippines. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 36 of Mental Shift. My guest tonight is the founder and CEO of DS Financial Strategies, a fee-based financial planning firm that develops customized plans designed to maximize the efficiency of your money. Her big question for you is, have you ever felt stuck in your financial goals? Have you spent years struggling to pay off debt while also trying to save for your future? Well, My guest wrote a book which launched today called The Spiritual Path to Prosperity, The Truth About Money Revealed, where she provides tools to determine why you're facing these money blocks and how to clear them. Please welcome Dawn Santoriello.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm so excited to be here tonight. And yes, you got it right, Santoriello.
It sounds like a dessert to me.
Yeah, like let's have some Santoriello.
Yes, it sounds delicious.
Well, hopefully tonight's show is going to be very delicious.
Well, I'm so glad you joined me because you have this really cool story about why you wrote the book. And what I want to know is, what were you doing before when you had this mental shift to start going into this direction of writing books and inspiring and lifting people and helping them? What were you doing before, and what happened that shifted your mental state to do what you're doing today?
Sure. Let's see. Where should we begin? Let's see. So it started when I was young. I grew up poor. And I shared this before. Like, I was so poor, I had a black hole in my tooth. Thank God it was a baby tooth. Because we couldn't even afford to go to the dentist. Then I was like, okay, I never want to be poor, so I'm going to be famous. I'm going to go be an actress and a model. Well, that was short-lived because obviously I didn't make it. Here I am as a certified financial planner and writing a book. So what more led me to the book was about 4 years ago, I worked with an intuitive, and she's like, you know what? I see you writing a book about spirituality and money. And I was like, are you out of your mind? I'm like, that is never going to happen. I'm like, they will think I've lost it and I'm off my rocker. I cannot combine woo-woo-ness with money. Yeah. So then I was like, I pondered it. I was getting a little frustrated with my industry. And I was like, I started like writing a couple pages, which was in the book. And then I'm like, COVID hit. So I'm like, you know what? Well, actually, I'm sorry. Before COVID hit, I was like, you know what? Well, if I'm going to write this book, let me at least go get some credentials. So I studied for my CFP exam and passed it on my first try.
Wait, what's that?
Oh, certified financial planner.
Oh, okay.
It's a huge exam with like years of studying, 6 courses you have to pass, a project you have to write. You have to have someone sponsor you, and you need at least 3 years of financial planning experience and pass that huge test, which only 62% of people actually pass on the first try. So yeah, thank you. That was a great accomplishment in my life and the hardest thing I ever had to do. And I'm a geek, so stuff usually comes easy to me, but I work my butt off for that. So anyway, so I got that certification, COVID hits, and I'm like, the funniest thing happened, my mental mind shift. Now, I was always in the scarcity mindset. Coming from my background, I was always worried, oh my God, I'm going to run out of money. Oh my God, what if I run out of money? Well, COVID hit, and boom, my fear was gone. Like, how ironic. Most people went into fear. I let go of the fear. And that's when I said, you know what? I'm doing this. I hired a speaking coach, and I came up with my signature talk, releasing the 5 biggest money blocks holding you back, how a prayer for abundance and real world investment strategies have changed my life and can change yours. And to my surprise, it was a big hit. The first time I did it, I actually got a client. It was like crazy. And then every time I would go to networking groups and share what I'm doing, people were like, I want to meet with you. I'm like, really? I'm like, you're not running out the room like you do with other financial people? So then I was like, you know what? Well, this is a hit. Let's just get down to business and let's write this book, because my whole purpose in life is I want to inspire other people so they never have to be poor. They can reach their goals because anything is possible. Like, look at this. I'm in this business, which is male dominated. I had no one really to help me. I didn't have any like family members in the business. And I moved like 2 different locations. And in one location, I only knew 2 brothers, and they didn't become clients till a few years later. So I started my practice from the ground up in 2 different areas where I knew absolutely nobody. So, and another thing is, well, hopefully this is about to change, but I'm not all on referrals like most people in my business. So I just go out there and I just make it happen and do whatever it takes. So if I could do this, I'm not really special. Like, I'm just like you. So anyone can do this. You just need to have that mental shift, that drive. I mean, you never give up. And I'll share with my story another moment where I was locked in the parking garage, unless you want me to share that now and how I overcame that.
Lost in a parking garage?
Yeah, like not lost, like stuck. I couldn't get out because I was doing a remodel on my home. So all my money was going to that. For those of you out there who are home builders, it always costs more and it always takes more time. It's not like HGTV where, oh, boom, your house is remodeled in 3 days. No, it was like 3 years. So that was financially draining. At the time, my business was struggling because I couldn't bring on new clients. I was having a difficult time. So here I am in a parking garage, open up my wallet, just had my credit card, no cash because I only had $200 in the bank. Put it in the card, declined. No one's there. And I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, oh no. Cars are lining up. And I'm like, honking on my horn. I'm like, please, someone come and rescue me. Finally, it must have been like after 5 long minutes, an attendant came and let me go through. I sped away so fast because I was mortified. I went home. I was crying on my front porch with my friend. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, I'm a financial planner. I'm making my clients money. Why am I blocked? And I was spiritually blocked around money. So it doesn't matter how much you know about finances. If you're just like walking around clueless, thinking you could do it all on your own, like I did, I didn't even know about spirit or like higher power. I was like, whatever, it's all me, because I came from that survivor mentality and scarcity, like where no one's here to help me. I got to do this all on my own.
Yeah.
So once I let that go and allowed hope, I created my vision board. I said my prayer. I attracted miracles. I ended up making, over 6 figures that year. 1 year, in 1 month, I made $80,000. And here's another important lesson, how I did that. There was this marketer guy, kept calling me for like 4 months. And I was like ignoring him because I thought he wanted to sell me some newsletters. And I'm like, I'm not spending any money. I'm like, I'm trying to get this remodel going and support myself. So then finally, by mistake, I answered his call. And he's like, I don't want to sell you newsletters. I want to help your business. In fact, I'm sending you to this conference. And at that conference, all expenses paid, by the way, which was great. They even literally rolled out the red carpet for us. I learned that technique that helped a lot of my clients. And then after seeing that, like the power of manifestation, I was a freaking believer. I'm like, yes. And so I do that every day. Just today, I manifested a great tenant for my rental, which I no longer live in. In the past, I have my dream place here. And then, can I share this? I'm so excited. I actually became a #1 bestseller in one category and #2 in my other category. Second to only Napoleon Hill, and his book is free. So I was like thrilled. So I'm like a manifesting machine, and people are calling me. I'm doing the manifestation prayer with them. I just love to help people. So that's kind of what inspired this whole mental shift. I'm here to show people the truth about how money works and inspire them to help them live the life of their dreams, because that's what life's all about. Why live if you can't?
But a saying, you're walking proof of it. Yeah. So my question to you is, no matter where they are in the world, they can reach out to you and say, help me with this. Is the prayer in your book? Is that manifestation in your book?
The prayer is in the book. Yeah.
Okay. So
you have that. And then I also offer a coaching package now too, because at first I was like, a coaching package for like this woo-woo stuff? I'm a financial planner, but I'm like, you know what? People want it. So I got to give the people what they want. So
you've got to think, Dawn. People win the lottery, become instant millionaires or billionaires, whatever, and become broker than they were within the year. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't have the mindset to understand how to even use it and bring it and work through it, you will lose it. It's just part of the mindset. If you are in a mindset of scarcity, when you have money, it will go away. Yeah. And that's what they're finding with all these instant millionaires, is they don't know it's too much to shock for their brain, and their brain can't wrap around it. And so it just falls away.
Yep. I got the chills right now. So that's definitely confirmation. And I fall prey to it too sometimes, but I remember, I'm like, no, let that go. Like, all you got to do is just do your little manifestation, law of attraction. It works all the time. So,
but and you have to believe. And people are like, "Oh, I've done it. It didn't work for me." No, you didn't believe in it. That's the problem.
Exactly.
It's kind of a wholehearted, let it all go kind of thing. Right. It's a prayer beyond prayers, and you have to let yourself go with it. And it's really a cool thing.
And you have to like feel it and actually receive it, because it's like, I believe in that. No, like there's so many layers that you got to dig through and clear those blocks, because you're just kind of lying to yourself. That's why people say, oh, the secret doesn't work. Well, it does. You got to be a clear vessel and really, like you said, believe in it and feel it. And then it's going to happen. And it's not in your time. It's in perfect divine timing. And sometimes even my friends that I teach this prayer to, they remind me, I'm like, wait, I didn't get that. What the heck? This prayer always works. So like Dawn, what's the other half of your prayer? And it's like, oh, or something better. So something better does happen. And another example, this just happened last week. This new place that I'm moving into, I wanted this one place. And I did the prayer and I'm like, yes, I got it. And then she called me. She's like, no, but we have this other place. And that place was even better. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, this is so amazing. It just amazes me, even though I know it always works.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like when it happens again, you're like, oh my God.
That's phenomenal. Well, again, before I forget, congratulations on your #1 bestseller that just came out. That's awesome. Good job.
I want to keep it going, guys. Yeah.
I bought a copy. So if you want to find Dawn's book, it's on Amazon. We'll put the cover back up so you can see it. The book is called The Spiritual Path to Prosperity, The Truth About Money Revealed. It's on Amazon, and you can also find it on her website. And we will scroll that down there on the bottom so that you can find it, dsfinancialstrategies.com/book. That way you can go straight to the book link and get it if you want it and learn the secrets that Dawn has found out. She's discovered it she discovered it and she's put it in a book to help everyone else. Everyone else who picks up this book, she's offering this lesson she's learned through her book, and very proud of her. I love that book cover. I love the money fading in there in the blue. And question about it. I mean, you're an outdoorsy person. I mean, you are very athletic, outdoors, mountain biking and meditation. I mean, is that something you see out in Pennsylvania?
Well, not literally right by where I am, but we do have some lakes, but I do live right near Valley Forge Park. So I have a beautiful scene, to look at there. I go there all the time and like hike and meditate, and it's like my happy place.
Okay. Cause I was like, that's a very serene place to be.
Yeah.
And water is a very prosperous thing to be around. So I love that. I love that cover. And I love the money in the water. I like that.
Thank you. I can't really take credit for it because if it was left up to my own devices, I was going to put myself on there. And I'm so happy I didn't, because I saw
that would work
themselves as the cover, but I'm like, I decided against it. And this came out even better than I ever expected. Again, the manifestation prayer worked again.
Now, you also have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And it's under DS Financial Strategies. Okay.
Correct.
And then when they go to it, you're doing Financial Fridays, but when you go to that page, it's all you.
Yes, it's all me and my little show that it's called Financial Fridays with Dawn, which I put out there when I have inspiration, when things come to me where I feel I need to get out there and share with people. So
okay, so people need to put on the alert so they know when you put something out. Now, my other question for you then is Financial Fridays with Dawn. What do you talk about with that? It's just whatever comes to your mind on Fridays?
Yeah, like I'll do money topics, why you don't want to move to cash, which is also in the book from when it comes to investing, how life insurance works, how to budget, how to get out of debt.
Okay.
So tidbits. Different money, topics, anything relevant that's going on in the news that would be of interest to people.
I like it. Okay. Well, we got 2 more minutes before we go to commercial. And so I want to know more about, you had you said someone told you she saw a book in your future. Who was it?
Oh, yes, my intuitive. This was, I think, in 2017, probably summer. She's like, I see that happening for you. And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. And then it did. And it's funny. The first time I also had hosted my own TV show, and I met someone on Facebook and he's like, Dawn, this is amazing. You're talking about spirituality and money. This is going to be huge. And I'm thinking, I don't know what you're thinking, guy. I'm like, I'm hoping people are not going to I'm not going to lose clients by being this woo-woo-ness, but here I am.
You would lose the clients who don't believe in the woo-woo-ness, but you would draw the ones who know they have a money block.
Yeah, exactly. And I even found out with some existing clients who because I thought they were very serious and I'm like, I'm not going there with them. I'm just keeping it totally seriousness. They were actually woo themselves. I'm like, really, guys? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I can share this with you now on my side,
Well, and that's why being your authentic self, that's why I always say, stop apologizing for what you're not, embrace who you are today, the best version of you every day, and be unapologetic about it. Because what happens with that is it draws the people that should be in your world. What happens with most of us is we we are pretending to be something we think we must be. I'm a financial advisor, so therefore I must be this way. And so you're drawing these people that really don't resonate with you. And then when they don't work with you, it's because you think, well, maybe I did something wrong. No, there's a clash there. So when you unlift that veil of who I think I should be and take that off and become who you are, you start drawing what's really supposed to be with you. I have to say hello to a couple of people who popped on. Hello, Helene. Hello, Apple. Hello, Marcel. Yes, Apple. Dawn has great vision. That's why I invited her to come on, because she has this vision of the future of what she's bringing with this book and connecting such oddly connected things: money and spirituality. We don't normally hear those things together. And so when I met Dawn and she said those words together, I went, we should bring you on, because that's something no one talks about, something new and different, but it's not new. It's just never spoken about. So let us go to our first commercial. And when we come back, you stay tuned. When we come back, we'll talk more about your book and what you'll learn from Dawn's book. So stay tuned. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to Mental Shift. My name is Michelle Mras, and tonight my guest is Dawn Santoriello. And she is the author of a book called The Spiritual Path to Prosperity, The Truth About Money Revealed. And stay tuned. I have some commercials for you. But basically what I'm sharing with you are the shows here on TNC, all the live streams and all the replays. And they are all in Philippine time. So remember that when I tell them to you. The following list of TNC live streams are U-Turn, TNC The Talk, Awesome Day, The Home Buyer, The Puppet Stories, Mondays at 5:30 p.m., The Big Picture, Mondays through Fridays at 7:15 p.m., The Millennial Voice, Mondays at 8:30 p.m., Foreign Affairs Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m., HR Hotline Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at noon, Moving on Business, Well Home, Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m., Money and More, Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m., Philippines, 5:30 a.m., USA, and then Cybernex. So be sure to check out our page on Facebook or YouTube, or YouTube, by searching the hashtag TNC Now, and enjoy the inspiring stories, all of these inspiring stories and shows, because we made them for you. And welcome back. So tonight I have Dawn with me, and I want to bring her back, and we're going to talk more about what does she do? What does she share in her book? Because we all want to know the truth about the money revealed, because we all have it, no matter what, rich, poor, in the middle, whatever it is, we all have pockets of that, but we don't know what to do with the money, or we'll get money and then we lose it, or we have this scarcity thing where we start bundling up and then it still disappears. And, so what, can you give us a hint of what we can learn in your book? Is that we, go out and get it? I already bought it, but.
Sure. You are going to learn the truth about money. And it's going to be very controversial to my colleagues out there, because I'm just saying it like it is and laying it all out on the line. And people, they're going to love it or they're going to hate it. So when it comes to investing, I'm going to show you an academically proving investment strategy that works. And basically, it's kind of very simple. That is so simple that you may think you don't need an advisor, but that's where you're going to be wrong, because you actually do need an advisor, because Vanguard did a study and they proved that good advisors add 3% to your bottom line versus you going to invest on Vanguard yourself, which I found very revealing. And the reason why that is because it's your money. You're too emotionally attached to it. And you're going to make big mistakes when you hear things on the news, the stock market drops, and that's going to kill your portfolio. So I'm like your accountability coach. I keep you invested and I keep you on track because of everything that we have in place, the assessing your risk tolerance and hand holding you through the rough times.
So you keep us from doing panic mode, pull. Yeah.
And most advisors are like, well, I could beat the market. I could do this. Hell no, you can't. You get lucky. No one can beat the market long term. I think Peter Lynch might have been one of the best at it. He managed the Fidelity Magellan Fund for like 13 years. But after he left, they couldn't even find a replacement to manage him. Now, there may be those outliers like Ray Dalio or people like that. But again, the very extreme. The majority of us middle, like America, just regular, ordinary people, not ultra billionaires. This strategy is going to work. You don't need to be jumping in and out. And here's a secret. The reason why your advisors want you to move in and out of the market, because they think they got to earn their fee that way. But like I said, our fee is earned in keeping you behaved and managing your emotions, so you don't cost yourself thousands of dollars by doing something silly. And it doesn't matter how smart you are or how much money you have. Eventually, everybody makes a mistake because, again, you're too attached to your money.
You're human.
Yeah, exactly. You're human. So what I say, I'll give you a little tip. Don't pick individual stocks. Don't try to time the market because it cannot be done. You have to actually be right 70%, 74% of the time to time the market. You have to know when to get out and when to get back in. And nobody has a crystal ball. Even intuitives, I don't think they could tell you either. So see if you combine the woo-woo side with the practical side.
Let's say money never goes through with the spiritual side. I mean, you don't, it doesn't, give me the lotto numbers. It doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that way.
So the spiritual path to prosperity that you're addressing, is that how to overcome those money blocks? Because you're talking right now, you're talking the one brain side, the logical side.
The left side.
So the other side, the right side, you approach how to get around it, right?
Yes. So that's okay. So first we open the prayer with we open the book with the manifestation prayer. Then we go into my story. I tell you how to clear these money blocks. I give you exercises to do to help get rid of those blocks. Because, we have to prepare you. Like I said, you could end up like me. You know how to handle money, but if you're blocked, what good is it? So we get rid of that. And then we get down to make sure we retrain your brain and to make sure you fully understand how finances work. Because, again, once you have both of those, the spiritual side and the financial know-how, you're unstoppable. So
everyone, take out your pen. I've got a purple pen. Helene asked me about it. And write down the website, DS. So the letter D, the letter S, financialstrategies.com. You can learn a lot from her there, but if you put the /book, you get the book. Okay. And what's really cool about that is you can go to her YouTube channel also, which is also the same name, DS Financial Strategies. On your website, do you have a link to your YouTube?
Oh, everything, all my social media, it's there. You can click on the buttons on the side, Facebook. I don't think they have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and I think Twitter. So everything's
good. So dsfinancialstrategies.com. You can get the book there and you can get to her YouTube because she has lessons there that you can learn tidbits of what knowledge she has about finances and how to handle yours and all those kind of things that all of us always need a little reminder on, or we forget, or we think we know and then we really don't know. So do that, and that would be really cool. The other thing I wanted to ask Dawn is with her book and the money blocks and how to clear them, you have a prayer. You said you have a prayer for abundance.
Yes, and I want to do it with you. I think that would be great. So the audience can learn, and then we could just manifest something amazing for you. So,
well, I'm thinking, wow, if we have all these people online, they can help us manifest it.
Yeah, the more the better.
Okay, because here's my thing.
Okay.
I have a TV show here on TNC, Internet TV. I love it, and I love being part of this team. But my bigger goal is to be at the Oprah level, to be the Blasian Oprah, the new Oprah, the Michelle. And I've always seen it. I can see it in my head, and I can feel it almost coming, but I don't know what's blocking it. So I would love to manifest Michelle's show, Michelle.
Yes, but you have to promise me one thing.
What?
I'm going to be your first guest.
Your first guest?
Yeah, on the show, because it's going to happen, girl. We are going to manifest it right now, and it's going to happen.
Okay, let's get it.
So all I need you to do is when I'm done saying what I'm going to say, you just say, and thank you, God, for that for me.
And thank you, God.
For that for me.
For that. Okay.
Okay. So thank you, God, for this for us, for Michelle Mras having her own Oprah station, her own TV show. It's actually even bigger than Oprah. She is the Oblasian. She is Michelle Mras, amazing, wonderful talk show host. Everybody watches her. She's the #1 show on all the networks. She's international. She is #1. And she has the most amazing guests. Her guests love her. It's just like the best show that everybody talks about. They're like, where has this been? This is everything we've been waiting for. So please let that happen now for her. And the best way for me, Michelle, and all are something better. And thank you, God, for this for us. Love, clear, heal, and change anything that prevents this prayer from being answered. And let Michelle be happy no matter what happens. And thank you, God, for that for us.
And thank you, God, for that for me.
Okay. Now, here's the important part. You have to let it go, and the prayer will be answered. But if you don't get that exactly, something better is going to come along. And you may not notice at the time, like, hey, I did pray for that. Oh, this was even better. So I always forget that little piece, but it's out there now. And oh my God, I'm so excited for you. So I'm going to get a call when this happens.
Okay, you're my first guest, so hey. You can be my financial advisor, right?
Yeah.
When all that happens, I'll need a financial advisor, another one. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And for all of you who are in that prayer with me, thank you so much, because I feel it. And during COVID, I said, I want to have a show, and I never specified. I just said, I want a show. I want an international show. And then I got called. I was asked to be on Lloyd's show. He's one of the co-founders of TNC. And he goes, Michelle, would you like a show? And it was like within days of me saying, I really want an international show. And that's what happened. And so now I'm excited about this. So I'll let it go.
I'll let it go. Yeah.
Oh, Helene, thank you so much. She says, you have it, you can do it. Thank you, Helene. She believes in me so much. Helene is my chemo buddy from cb4life.com. Yes, thank you so much. She's like my biggest fan. She's awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. Well, thank you, Helene. And you'll be praying with me, and I pray with you. Now, Dawn, I have to go a little bit into your background, because you've written blogs and journals. You're a wealth planning advisor. You've been featured in Forbes and investment advisor,
Business Insider,
Market Watch, Philadelphia Inquirer. She's been all over the place. So look her up, because she's just bright, bubbly light over here, but she has a lot of background and she knows what she's talking about, which is why she wrote a book, because she brought her two worlds together. And I think a lot of the disjointment in our world is because we try to keep everything apart. And spirituality really needs to come back into our world. I think that's why we're feeling lost, is because we pulled it away. And so I love that you wrote a left brain book, right brain book, and put them together. It's just so cool. And I'm excited for you to be a #1 bestseller and be #2 to Napoleon Hill, whose book is free.
Yeah, I want to beat him. I got to keep checking out time, but that's freaking awesome.
I'll say it's going to be hard to beat a free book.
Number 23.
I say it's a free book. It's going to be, you know, I'm in a book now that's based off of the Think and Grow Rich book, right?
Awesome. I didn't know that. Oh,
my team, I was invited into a anthology book with 30 authors and 30 plus authors. And we have a really popular author who leads each book. And what we did is we took the Think and Grow Rich book and we broke it into multiple chapters. So every chapter is its own book, because Napoleon Hill wrote this book in 1930 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And his examples, they don't always mesh with everyone. So what we did is we took 32 authors from different parts of the world, different nationalities, different everything. And we all wrote our version of what we see as desire. The next book is what we see as faith. And so we broke his book up so that it's international.
Wow.
An international poll. It's called 13 Steps to Riches. Special edition is.
That's amazing. That's so awesome. I love how it's like global and international.
I love it.
And like everyone's point of view. That's going to be really special.
Yes. Men, women. I mean, yeah, I'm excited. So we just hit #1 bestseller in business strategy. You better not have knocked us out of place.
Oh, sorry. Well, I might be in different categories. I'm in new thought and budget and budgeting.
Okay, we were in business strategy. We hit #1 and you're in budgeting. Okay, good. We're both #1. That's awesome. Well, and the thing is the world needs to be more connected. And we always separate things. You know, you're here. I don't talk to you because you're on that side. Oh, you're in the other side of the world because you do that. And we segregate each other when actually we're all people. And Apple, you saw Apple on the line earlier. Apple is one of the co-founders of TNC with Lloyd. And she had the women who rule. And we did this huge campaign. And what she did was she was showing that we were all the same. No matter where we were in the world, we were all connected. She did the first one with all Filipinas from around the world. And we're all different, all doing different things, all have different perspectives. And I wanted Apple to meet you, which is the other reason I wanted to have the show.
Hi, Apple.
Because there's just so much we can do together from different points of view and from everything. And I love to introduce the people who watch me to people who think differently than the box. So every time you see anyone on the show, they don't think in the box. There is no box.
Okay,
and so,
my people.
Yeah, they're my people too, which is why I keep bringing people.
I think I threw the box away over there, far away, and I'm just out there now.
Well, and we met through one of my out of the box people, Janine Bolin.
Yeah.
And she was one of my guests early on because I wanted the world to meet her because she's thinks so differently from your average person, right? And she has a really diverse background. So I'm like, okay, we have to bring her in. But everyone who's come in has had this amazing story of mental shifting to give back in another way that no one else has really given back in that way. It's all so unique. And that's why I want my audience to realize each of us is unique. Each of us is beautiful and powerful and lovely and brilliant. We all have our own gifts. And as Dawn has just discovered, she has a gift of bringing two things that look like they clash together. What's your gift? And if you get her book and you do the prayer, the prayer for abundance and get what you want, it's believing in yourself that you're worthy of getting what you are asking for. Now, that's what a lot of us fail at is we do, I really want this, but in the back of our heads, we're saying, but I'm not worthy.
Ooh. Could I say something? But I have to give credit because I didn't, this isn't from me. This is from a friend I just met. Her name is Brandy Velasquez. So she wrote something. It's called You're Amazing. Oh, am I allowed to say the SHIT word?
You just spelled it.
Is that okay? Okay. So she says, you're amazing. Own that SHIT. So that's what you think. Whenever you're like, oh, I'm not, you just better say that to yourself and feel it because you are amazing. So
and I always want to let the audience know. Oh, and actually, before I forget, You're all watching right now. Please share, like, and subscribe. Do it right now. Start sharing this live feed because people need to meet people like Dawn. We all, from some small degree to a big degree, have some issue with money, some sort of when I was little, we used to run out of, toilet paper. So I'm afraid of using up the toilet. So I always have hoards, whatever it is, we all have some little thing in our background that we hold on of fear. I have to always have what was that? I had a friend who always did it. She always had cans of soup, lots of soup. And I'm like, why do you have soup? You don't even eat soup. She says, if we ever run out of food, I always have soup. But it was a scarcity mindset. She was so prosperous in everything. But there was this little thing in her head that she had to have soup. If the soup wasn't in the cabinet, she'd freak out.
Yeah.
So we all have these little quirks about money, and to be able to find what that is and be able to get past that money block, it will open that door, the floodgates to what you're looking for. If you're not looking for money, that's fine. Okay. Money isn't everything for everybody, but money does buy the opportunity to expand. So if you're a giving person, if you have money, you can expand and be more philanthropic. That was my block. My block was, if I make more money, then I'm evil. I'm a bad person. And I want to give. And I'm like giving everything I can, but I'm not making money. And until I brought out of that fact that if I make more money, I can give more. Yeah. I went, so it's okay to make money because I can give better, more, and support the way I wanted to instead of scraping bottom to make it happen. So don't feel guilty about money. A lot of us have those kind of blocks. It's time to get over them.
Yeah.
Right,
I felt so guilty. I was ashamed. Then I learned that my story is my glory. I'm like, why didn't I just share that years ago instead of being embarrassed? Because that's what changed my life, is by sharing my story, and people resonate with it. And just let that stuff go. Don't be embarrassed.
It's a path. It's a path that you took, the way, and you can show people through it and over it. Power.
Yeah.
And that's why I share my story of all the things I've gone through, because people look at me and you've never had a problem in your life. No, I've learned, I've dragged myself. Or was that quote that says, when you find yourself in hell, don't stop.
Yeah. Keep on going. That's also a country song. When you're going through hell, keep on going. Or something like that. The devil might, I don't know, some kind of country song. I can't remember.
But it's the truth. When you feel yourself in the dark place, don't stop.
Yeah.
And so when you are learning through that dark spot, when you come out the other end, there are other people who are going through that dark tunnel. Be the light that shows them the way.
Oh, I got chills again. Love it. And that's why my name must be Dawn. Because I'm bringing the light to people. Shedding the light on the truth about money.
Yes. Or as John Maxwell calls me, sunshine.
Nice.
Yes. How are you doing, sunshine? I love your smile, sunshine. I'm like, I miss that, man. Anyways, what would you like to share that we haven't covered so far?
Let's see. Again, let's say that we haven't covered. Yeah, we did cover a lot. So let's see. One thing is that I guess at the root of everything, the biggest block is, like we kind of said, I don't think we touched on this. It's self-love. And I mean real self-love, not like, oh, I'm so pretty. Look at my hair. I'm so beautiful. That's like shallow stuff. You got to go deep and really love yourself. So go look in the mirror and really look at your eyes and say, like what I'll say, I love you, Dawn. And feel it. And don't look away. Don't look down. I love you, Dawn. I love you. I really love you. And just keep loving on yourself. And you're going to feel like this rising up inside of you. And it's just going to fill you. And you're going to have a mental shift. And then just talk. Yeah. So getting to that, making sure you're always in love with yourself, and really appreciating everything about you. You're not too fat. You're not too skinny. You're not too ugly. You're not too broke. You're not too this. You are perfect. You're perfect just the way you are. And you're the only one that can bring their message to this world. So that's why you're in the vessel that you're in. And you're here to share your gifts with the world. So share it. Don't hold back, because people are waiting for you. They're waiting to hear your message and to get helped by you and be inspired, because it's like, you never know. You could be walking down the street. You see someone and you said hi to them. And the fact that you said hi to them, you just saved them from going to kill themselves. And I know that's kind of scary.
But it's true. One of my very good friends, her name is Jennifer. She met me, I want to say it's 5 years, right after my brain injury. So about 2015, I think it was. She worked at a bank nearby where I lived. And, it was 12 days. So it's 2014. Well, anyways, I went to the bank and the doctors had said, my gibberish was, we didn't know how long it was going to go. Just, let it go. So my husband let it go because we were letting me rest. And I went to the bank and I asked for a deposit a check and bring money back. And she said, "You're not making any sense." And I said something else. She says, "Michelle, you're saying macaroni, cheese, spaghetti over and over again." I didn't know that. I was hearing words, but I was only saying the same words over and over. Macaroni, cheese, spaghetti, macaroni, cheese, spaghetti. And she told my daughter, "You need to get your mom to the hospital. This is not right. Something's wrong." And so I always tell her, "You saved my life." And she says, "No, I didn't. I just said that you were made no sense." I said, "You don't understand. My family was saying, well, the doctor said to wait another week." And when she said, "No, something's seriously wrong," I understood that something was wrong. And so I kept pantomiming to my husband, I want to go to the doctor. I couldn't talk. I want to go to the doctor. I want to go to the doctor. And he ended up getting me to the doctor. And it was because of when I went in, I didn't lose as many brain cells as I should have.
Wow.
So that comment, that slight comment of being rude by saying, "You make no sense," saved my life. So I'm a big believer in when you see something, you feel something, you say, "Wow, you look great today." Or, "Oh, you have a beautiful," I compliment people just left and right. I'm always having conversations with people. Because you never know why you see it or why that idea pops in your head. So I believe that those ideas aren't ours and that someone else's spirit is saying, "This person needs to hear this from someone now. Say it." So when it comes through my head, I just do, "Oh, I love your shirt." And I don't know why, I just do it.
Yeah, you're just like me. And here's another thing I want to share too. Wow. You have to get in that vibration that you want to be. So to be abundant, you have to get into the vibration of abundance. So go listen to YouTube guided meditations and stay in there because that shifted. And even if it's not about money, for love, anything you want in your life, you could have. But in order to do it, you have to be what you want to attract. So get into that vibration and you'll be amazed. It's like, even if it's a small thing, like a parking spot, like anything you want, you could have.
I do that all the time. I always say, "Oh, let my rock star parking be open." And I'm always right up front, always the same spot. It's like, even if someone's there right as I'm pulling out, they will pull out. It's just perfect timing every time. Oh, and Helene says, "Thank you, Dawn. I needed to hear your words tonight." I appreciate you.
Thank you, Helene. Helene it is, right?
Helene,
yeah. Thank you for those kind words. I'm glad I've helped you.
Oh, and my husband says Brandon. Okay, that's an inside joke. My nephew's name is Brandon. And when we were driving down the street, if there was traffic or if there's someone slow in front of us, whatever we wanted something to move, we would say Brandon. And as soon as we said Brandon, the car would move out of our way. And so it's our family joke that when you say Brandon, what you want will happen.
Nice. I love it.
And it always works. Always. So I find that really cool because it's a mini manifestation. We have made it into our word of manifestation for little things around,
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Now, when we come back, before we go for our commercial, I'd like to show Dawn's book again and share her website where people can find it. The Spiritual Path to Prosperity, the Truth About Money Revealed. And if you go to dsfinancialstrategies.com/book, you can find it there. And when we come back from our commercial, we will ask Dawn to give us some words of wisdom before we part our ways. But until then, I want you all to share this live stream and like and subscribe to the TNC channel and to Dawn's channel. And we'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to Mental Shift. My name is Michelle Mras. Please watch all of our live stream and replay shows, and I'm about to give them all to you with listed Philippine times. So the next ones are Healthline, Couple Goals, Win Within, Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m., Market Leader, TNC Express, Thursdays at 11 a.m., Yo Law, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m., Negosyo at Home, Fridays at noon, Tech U, TNC Marketplace, Fridays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m., COVID Stories, Saturdays at 10:30 a.m., Realty Realities, Saturdays at 4 p.m., Danny Art Show, After Shift, Women at Work, The Family Business, Usapang Beauty, The Fourth Project, and also catch our TNC specials, One Day, TNC Arena, TNC PressCon, and TNC Town Hall on Saturdays at 7 p.m., and it's co-hosted by our TNC founders, Lloyd and Apple. And Town Hall is where we talk to you, our valued audience. But remember, it's never too late for a mental shift. You're watching us right now every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. on Mountain Time, United States, and Wednesdays at 9:30 a.m. in the Philippines. And I thank you so much for joining me. For more upcoming shows, follow the hashtag TNC Now on Facebook and YouTube, and allow your passion to inspire you. And together, let us hashtag see the new you. And welcome back to Mental Shift. Where is my guest? Where's Don? There you are. So I wanted to ask you, I mean, you've got so many thoughts. You're like me, where your brain is going, Mach 10, and you're slowing yourself down. When you're talking, what came out that you wanted to share with the audience that we can discuss a little bit in our last 8 minutes of the show?
Well, I guess how we could make them have a mental mind shift.
Okay.
So first, everybody, whoever you were an hour ago, let that all go, because that's not who you are right now. Now you have elevated, you've raised your vibration, so you are good with money. You know how to manifest money, unlimited amounts of money. And when you get that pile of money, you know how to invest it, and you know how to stay invested. You know where to place your money. You know how to save for retirement. You are set financially. So I need you to keep knowing all that. Read my book. There's so many tips that are going to get you where you need to be. So just know that, like, get rid of those old stories, because that's not who you are. We're starting fresh. We're having a mental shift right here, right now. This is the place that it happens. So just know that you are going to be great with money, and no need to be scared anymore, because why are you afraid? There is no fear. You're just a manifester, and you're just very good at handling your money.
And we're making it present tense. You are very good with your finances. Mm-hmm. You have no blocks. You are great. And then you get the book so you can do the abundance prayer for yourself, and manifest, because it's working for Dawn. It's worked for me, and I don't know what I'm doing, and it's working for me. So if I can get some guidance, that's even better. And it's just beautiful to now. Granted, the manifestation doesn't work when you do things that are very like selfishly.
You don't want to be selfish. Yeah,
it works only in good intentions.
Yeah,
so you can't say, I want this because so and so was this, and I want them to eat dirt.
Yeah, remember, this karma. When you do something, that it's coming back to you tenfold.
Yeah, so remember, it's got to be a pure thought, a good thought of what you want. I mean, my show that I want so badly. It's not because I want the show. It's because I need to reach more people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's my goal. I have to reach more people. Why? It's just what's inside of my head. I have to reach more people, to bring people like you and everyone else who joins Mental Shift to the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I want my book to do. And my book's for everybody. It's not just for people who don't have much. Yeah, it's going to help them, but it's for wealthy people too. Because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and you're missing out on some great tax shelters. And I give some examples of that in my book. So I'm here to help everybody. So it's just, you got to have an open mind. You got to clear those blocks before you get to my financial info. Otherwise, you're going to be like, oh, no, that's not good. Susie Orman says, don't do that. Kramer says I can't do that. And they boo-hoo everything. So you got to be prepared.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have a Kindle coming out?
I do have an ebook coming out. It's actually right now on my publisher, and it's going to be coming out. So if people want the ebook right now, they could message me or email me on my website. I could give them that link. or it's going to be on Amazon in a few weeks. Right now, just the paper book's out on Amazon. I don't know. My publisher kind of did it that way.
They did it backwards. Well, my question for that is because a lot of my audience is international, and not all Amazon is equal.
Oh, okay. So
It's
yes, so
like-
definitely email. You know what? Let me put the link. If I could find that really quick. You know what? I think it's in my Gmail account.
That's okay.
Let me try to find it, and I'll keep talking as I search. So this, whatever are the questions that we have.
The link to your ebook.
Yes, the ebook right here. We are getting that right now. I think it's. Oh, come on. Well, sorry, we have some dead air here, but I'm pretty
That's
sure.
okay. I just realized when I bought your book that there wasn't an ebook on there, and I'm like, oh, a lot of my audience would get the ebook because they don't have to worry about shipping to India or Ireland, those kind of things. And so that's why I
Yeah, so
asked.
that would be good to do that.
But the other thing for all of you, if you're interested in her book and you can't get it because it's a physical book and you need the ebook and you're overseas,
here we go.
overseas for us.
I got the link, guys, because in my head, guess what I did? I did the manifestation prayer and I got it. So here we go, putting it in the chat.
So put it in the private chat and then we can move it into the main chat. And then that way they can click that link.
Yeah, it's right there right now.
Cool. Good job. Because I know people are going to want your book and they can't get it in certain countries. So they can more than likely get the ebook version. So I'm hoping that will be an option.
That should work. Yeah, because I know my friends in Canada, it's live there because they were all worried. I'm like, oh my God, but that's up and running. I don't think it's in the UK. I think it's in India, but I'm not sure. So this link right here.
Thebooklocker.com /11872.
I'm going to go check it out now to make sure that I'm sending them to the right place. Yes, there we go. Download the ebook instantly, PDF format, right there. And the ebook is only $7.99.
So
that's US.
booklocker.com 11872.
Yeah, that's US dollars. I don't know the conversions in any.
That's okay. They can figure that out. They're all used to the conversions.
Yeah.
But that's cool that there'll be an option for that because there's always a necessity to be able to reach across the borders. We are no longer a bordered world. We are borderless. And with Zoom and StreamYard and all of this, we connect so far and so quickly. And I always like to have the ability to transfer books across the airwaves, and Kindles and ebooks are the best way to do that. And
thank you. Oh, sorry. Thank you for that because honestly, this is my first book ever. I had no idea what I'm doing, and I still didn't. Even to become a bestseller, I had no clue. But I attracted people that helped me. I did the prayer, and I just did what I kind of normally knew what to do. And look what happened. So that's another tip. I don't care if you don't know what to do. Ask, and you shall receive, and it'll happen. You will attract what you need to know when you need to know it.
Actually, Helene posted that at 8:30. She wrote, she said, give to others and you will receive is what she wrote.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, anyways, distracted. We have 30 seconds. What is your line of all lines for everyone to remember?
Oh my gosh, you're putting me on the spot here. So many lines. Okay. Success is just right around the corner. You just can't see the corner. Never give up. I'm just going to keep rolling on all my lines. Don't give up because you did not have this burning desire in your heart to fail. So if you want to start a business and you feel it deep inside, never give up because you can fail. You wouldn't have that inspired thought and feeling inside of you if you weren't meant to birth it and bring it out to the world. So the only way you fail is if you quit. So don't quit and you will not fail.
Yay, good job. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn, for joining me. And for all of you online who are sharing with us right now live, and for those of you watching the replay, thank you for watching and being part of this wonderful thing we just did with Dawn, our number one bestseller.
Thanks for having me, and thank you for everybody out in the audience. What did we say? Apple, Helene, your husband, whoever else I don't remember seeing
Marcel. I can't scroll that far, but
so
yeah.
Everyone, so thank you, and I love you all, and I can't wait to hear. Email me with all your success stories on what you manifest.
Well, you're going to be on my show when mine pops up.
You're right. That's true.
You'll know. So thank you so much, everyone. Remember, Mental Shift is every Tuesday in the United States at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time and Wednesday mornings at 9:30 a.m. in the Philippines. And I hope we let Don say goodbye because we were in the middle talk when we switched out. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week. Say bye, Don.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you to Michelle and everyone watching this.
And happy manifestation, everyone. Until next week, this is Michelle Mras signing off from Mental Shift. Be well.